it's Casey, and it is time for Casey at Night. Sorry about that. You know, me and my one-woman productions, things are always happening. So, the long-awaited cooking episode. This is the first in a series of shows entitled The Intimacy of Food. A lot of you have been anticipating. I've been hyping it. I'm like losing sleep over this. And finally, it is here. It is now. And it is going to happen. So tonight, I have two very special guests to help me bring this to you, this special event. Okay, so for a minute here, let me just do this. You have no idea how meaningful this is to me. For the last year plus, I've been doing this in my own little space all by myself. And I had this crazy idea of doing shows around town, around here in the Atlanta area. And I had this idea for introducing a cooking show to kind of help create ambiance and intimate moments, connections that kind of lead to deeper experiences when it's you and the one you love. So tonight I have, to help inaugurate this special occasion, two amazing people who are right here in the Atlanta area with me, starting with Chef T. Moore. Originally out of New Jersey, holla at the Tri-State.
Tri-State.
Yes.
Tri-State.
And someone who I had a very magical experience with back on International Women's Day. And I have dubbed her the Mistress of Mixology, Perisha.
Hello. How are y'all doing?
And so tonight, these two amazing people are going to help me bring to you a very sensual experience that you should be able to recreate in your home. First, starting with Chef T. Moore.
That's me, Chef T. How's everybody doing? Listen, I want to thank Casey for this opportunity to come and speak to you and just show you some real simple, intimate, fun cooking segment tips that you and your mate can definitely do. They're going to be paired by some wonderful drinks by this wonderful person.
Yes.
Perisha right here. She's going to make some excellent drinks to go along with it. What we're going to be preparing tonight, we're going to make a nice pan-seared salmon with some sauteed spinach. Going to add a little bit of flavor, a little bit of love to that. And we're going to also do a rice pilaf with that. It's going to be plated immaculately. The salmon is going to be nice and very tender, very moist, and very flaky. And then we're also going to do a dessert for you. We're going to do a berries and cream dessert. And we're going to do all that from scratch. And when I tell you that it's not going to take a long time, when I tell you that it's only going to take roughly from bang the bullets,
Yes.
maybe 35, 45 minutes. So for when you come home, you can do it while he's working and he's coming home. So she's going.
2018. No.
Okay. Well, then the next day, then he can make it or make something similar for her.
Okay.
Or I even like that better. So guys, listen, fellas.
You like it better?
Yeah, I do. Fellas, listen. This is what you can make for your lady. So when she get home, it's already prepared. Or while she's in the shower and she came home and told you, hey, talked about a day for a minute, when she goes to change or take a shower or wind down a little bit, you can go ahead in the kitchen, start what you're doing, and when she come out, you'll thank me for it later.
All right.
So, Chef Moore.
Yes, ma'am.
What are we going to start with while Perisha, the Mistress of Mixology, prepares her station?
So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with the berries. We're going to do the berries, and we're going to do the berries. We're going to do the cream, and we're going to start with that. So right here, what we have is, and everything is coming from your local grocery store. So everything is from your local grocery store. So, and I wanted to make this as simple and as easy, because a lot of times when I do cooking classes or even cooking segments, a lot of people always say that, okay, I know you're doing it in an industrial kitchen. Where can I get those products from? This, that, and the third, and what have you. So this right here is from the grocery store. We're not going to give no shameless plugs, but it's from the grocery store.
It's from one of my favorite grocery stores.
There's only basically 2 or 3 here in the Atlanta area, but it's from it's from the grocery store. So what we have here,
It's from the one that starts with a P. Okay.
So we have raspberries, we have blueberries, we have blackberries, and we also have strawberries. So only thing we're going to do with these, and these have already been, I don't know if they've been washed yet, but they're good. So we're going to pour those.
And for those of you who would be concerned that they weren't washed, feel free to wash them.
But they're washed, they're good. And then we're going to take the strawberries.
Ooh, that's kind of big.
Yeah, it is. It's a little big. And we're going to cut these down. Cut the strawberries down into 4s, depending on how big they are.
Okay, so now why are we doing this part first?
Well, I like to do the intricate part, the hard part, a little first. To do it first. So we're starting backwards, doing the dessert first. So these strawberries and what have you can marinate, because we're going to add some confection and sugar. We're going to add a little bit of cinnamon, and we're also going to add a little bit of cognac to this also. So we want to get these marinating while everything else is being cooked. And being that we're only going to do this for 2 people, so in here, Casey, I got the strawberries, I have the raspberries, the blueberries. Yeah, sweet,
Good.
good.
Oh
Really
my God.
good? Oh my gosh,
That's delicious.
that's delicious.
And we haven't even done anything yet.
Haven't done nothing to it yet,
Ooh.
but it's about to happen. Okay, so we have the strawberries there. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and that. So now we're going to take a little bit of cinnamon. A little bit of cinnamon, and we're only going to use roughly about 2 teaspoons of cinnamon.
Why cinnamon?
Because that's the way I wrote the recipe. It's just, there's no particular reason why cinnamon. It just adds a lot of flavor to it.
Okay. I mean, because I've done something like this and I've just done regular sugar, so that's why I was asking.
It was really good though, right?
It was good with just the sugar, but
This is going to be more flavorful
Okay.
with the cinnamon.
Awesome.
Okay?
Ooh.
And then we're going to add a little bit of nutmeg. And all the ingredients, which I love about this, is it's nothing, no trickery. It's nothing that's just in little souffle cups or what have you. So everything you can get from your local, this is what, McCormick's? No shameless plugs, but you can get from your local store. So we got a little bit, probably about a teaspoon of cinnamon. of nutmeg. And then we're going to slightly just mix that together, just a little bit. Get everything going together a little bit. Just coating, you can smell that, right? You can smell the cinnamon and everything.
The spice, yeah.
Yeah. Now, trickery. Cognac. I love to cook with cognac. Why? Because I love cognac. Anybody that knows me knows that I love
Yak?
yak and a cigar.
Oh. And I don't even do brown liquor, but yes.
Yak and cigar. So, we're going to take some cognac and we're going to put roughly about a 1/4 cup of cognac. You don't want to put too much, just a 1/4 cup. And I know you're probably saying, how do you know it's a 1/4 cup? Because I told you before, I love cognac. So
if you're skeptical, get yourself a little 1/4 cup measuring in case you want it special.
And we're going to mix all those together, the berries and the cognac. Now, one of the ingredients that we have to add is some confection and sugar. Now, the reason that I use, and we have it here, I'm quite sure you have it in a bag like this at your house, because I really wanted you to see that we are making this simple so you can make it. So you got the flour in the bag at the house, you got the sugar in the bag, so them things can't get in there because you might have some small people that like to make a mess. So we have confection and sugar, so we're going to go inside this bag and we're going to take a 1/2 cup, and I got the measuring cup out for this. And we're going to use a half a cup of confectioner sugar. Okay? Now, we're going to mix all that together, and we're going to let that sit. And with the cognac, with the berries, with the sugar, we're going to let that sit while we're preparing the rest of our meal. I'm mixing that together a little bit. And if you guys can see that, I mean, if you had smell-o-vision, you can really, really see how this really looks and smells. I'm making sure I can get it on the camera for you just so I don't make a mess. Can you see?
Mm.
Can you see that right there?
Allow me to.
Well, now be careful now. Okay, my bad. I'm just saying. Okay, cool. So, we have that ready. And that's going to sit.
Oh my God.
Too strong for you?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, cool. Now, whipped cream. Whipped cream from scratch. So we're not going to do Cool Whip. We're not going to do the Ready Whip. Y'all
If
can
you
do
have
that.
to, you can.
Y'all can do that when you do that, how you do that. But we're not. So we have regular heavy cream. So I'm going to use a pint. This is a half a pint, so I'm going to use 2 of these, which equals 1 pint. And we have a stainless steel mixing bowl. Now, you can definitely use a hand mixer. You can use a blender. But I'm showing you how to make this here from scratch. And being that this is Casey's show, Casey's going to help me. And I'm going to get, I have a pint of heavy cream, and I'm going to use, this is the bag, so I'm going to use a cup of confection and sugar. Now you might ask, why confection and sugar rather than regular sugar?
Why confectioner's sugar rather than regular sugar?
Because, I'll tell you.
Tell me, please.
Because confectioner sugar is roughly powder. The regular sugar, the granulated sugar, once you start to mix it and whip it, you will taste a little crystals. So to minimize the crystals, we're going to use the confectioner sugar, so everything is going to be nice and fluffy.
Now, I have to admit, I've actually done this before. And I've done it like this. And if you're not mildly physically fit, you're going to get tired and this ain't going to work out right. So I appreciate Chef T here doing it this way, getting it started.
All you want to do is you're going to constantly whip this. And I promise you, this is probably going to take roughly about 10 minutes. But the way that you're doing it is you want to incorporate as much air into your whipped cream as you're whipping it as possible. The more air that you incorporate, the fluffier it will get, and also the quicker it will happen. Now, a lot of times when you watch cooking shows, what they'll do right now is they'll say, whip this for a little while, and they'll go over to the fridge, and then they'll come back, and then they got something that's already done.
We ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that. We're going to be right here whipping away.
So, while we're whipping, we're going to come over here to Perisha's station, and we're going to see what she's preparing for us. Oh, chop. All right. So, Perisha, what you got going on, girl?
All right, so basically what we have here, we have our Grey Goose, we have some Chambord, some raspberry liqueur, we have some Simply Peach from the same place, our, what was it, distributor with the peach. And we have some mango nectar. You can get this almost anywhere. I got some Bartol, I got some fresh raspberries, I got some basil. I also have some lime. So, my raspberries, my basil, my limes, these are going to be my garnish.
And we try to keep this as simple as possible in terms of, items that you may actually already have here, in your bar your home bar,
Refrigerator.
your refrigerator.
All that good stuff.
Or we tried to keep it simple enough that they were items that you could go down to the store and pick up without any real hassle. Now, before the show, we did a little taste testing. And she gave me 3 amazing cocktails to taste and possibly pair with tonight's meal.
Yes.
So the first was...
The first drink was a gin-based drink. You could use any gin you want. It consisted of pomegranate juice, some Chambord again, splash of lemon juice, and that was it. That was it.
That was it.
So it's sweet, it's cute, it's simple,
And it
it's
tasted
sexy.
like gin.
Right. I love gin. Gin's like my go-to. Like, you know, I chase my gin.
With gin?
No, I chase my moonshine with gin.
Oh, Lord.
So, you know.
We could light your breath on fire. is what you're saying.
It's all good. It's all good.
And then our second cocktail.
Second cocktail was a vodka-based drink. It consisted of pineapple juice, fresh squeezed orange juice. You don't have to do it fresh squeezed. Pineapple OJ, splash of grenadine, splash of lemon juice, and we topped that with champagne. And that's a very light, very sexy, very...
It was yummy. It was very yummy. I actually, for a minute, thought that was going to be tonight's drink. But wait,
there's more. There's more.
then she came up with this concoction and had the nerve to say she came up with it on the spot. I mean, seriously.
What happened was...
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, again, while Chef T wishes we had smell-o-vision, I wish you could taste this cocktail because it is absolutely divine. It's one of those beverages that if that like it's so tasty, so sweet, so not sweet, more like citrusy. And you don't taste the vodka, so you have like 5 or 6 while you're sitting down, running your mouth, and then all of a sudden you go to stand up and you're like,
Yeah, you're not driving home.
there it
You're
is.
not driving home.
So I am calling this beverage Perisha's Passion.
Ooh.
Because it literally came up out of nowhere. And I mean, only a person who has passion can give you something like that just off the top of their head.
Off the top.
You know, and take into consideration, she knew what we were having for dinner. She knows my love for vodka, and she was able to just kind of pull it together. So now, Perisha, tell us where you're from.
I am from Belle Glade, Florida. Commonly known as Muck City. It's a tri-city. It's swamp, you know, little alligators, chasing rabbits in the fields, nothing too fancy. You probably drive through it every now and then. But it's closest city is like West Palm, and that's 45 minutes east of West Palm. No, wait, I'm sorry. 45 minutes west of West Palm. Okay, west, not east. That is just ocean east. Don't go 45 minutes east of West Palm.
All right, well, why don't you start mixing that up while I come back here and see what Chef has going on. Looks like Chef is still mixing.
Let me tell you something. I love to cook and prepare. This right here, this is a workout. When you're making whipped cream from scratch, it's good, but you really will appreciate it. So, as you can see, through constant whipping, just with the heavy cream and incorporating as much air as possible into this right here, we definitely have whipped cream. And all this was confectioned sugar and heavy cream. So this right here, this is ready. This is whipped cream. This is good. This is good. So now we have the whipped cream.
Yeah, that's good.
We have, huh? Yeah.
That's
What
good.
y'all doing? What's going on?
We ain't doing nothing.
I'm just, okay.
No, just keep cooking.
Okay,
We
I'm
good.
sorry, my bad. So, we have the whipped cream. We have the berries with the confection and sugar. We have a little bit of cognac. Now, dessert is ready. We're going to put this in the fridge. We're going to let this chill for a little while. We're going to go back here to the stove. And we're going to start preparing that salmon, that sauteed spinach, that rice pilaf. And we're going to put all of this together. And when I tell you it's going to be, in the words of my boy Mos Def, Brown Sugar, shameless plug, nutritious and delicious. It is going to be
Nutritious and delicious.
Nutritious and delicious. So, we're going to turn on our stove here. And we're going to get this pot here nice and hot. I don't understand the clicking part. There we go.
Nice and hot's always good.
Unless you use a different burner.
Shit, I don't use. Oh. Okay. So we got the pot that's going to be nice and hot. Now back here, what I did, because for the sake of time, I had some water for our rice. Just getting our pot nice and hot. So we're going to follow the directions on the box for the rice.
Okay.
Because you might cook more, you might cook less. Typically, I make my rice in the oven. Why do I make it in the oven?
Why do you make it in the oven?
Because it comes out nice and fluffy.
And moist.
Oh my goodness. So you'll follow the same instructions, but what you want to do is you want to put it in a shallow saute dish and cover it with plastic and cover it with foil. Add your butter, your oil, your seasonings, or whatever.
Why plastic and
Oh, you're asking a question. I thought she was giving me a high five. I was like, okay. Why? So it can steam. So you want to keep everything in there. I love using plastic and foil because I know sometimes with the foil, it can come out the side a little steam. Once you put that plastic on it and once the heat hits it and the foil over top, it's just going to steam.
But you don't have to worry about the plastic melting?
No, it's not going to melt. That's a common
if
question.
you ruin your dishes,
ChefTimor.com.
there you go.
And Casey will buy you a new dish. However, you won't. I guarantee you. Only thing that's going to happen is once you cover it with plastic and the foil is on top, it's not going to melt and stick and you're going to be doing all this to get it off. Guaranteed.
I'm here to say if it don't work out for you,
I've been cooking since 92.
I don't care.
All right, so we're going to add these directions. Listen, you and your mate get in the kitchen. Have him read the box or have her read the box. And
It's important to read it correctly.
read the box.
Correctly.
And add your ingredients accordingly. Read the box.
So while he's pouring into the pot, the idea, again, is to do this together. So this is why I have these people here. Granted, I'm kind of acting like a spectator, but it really is about this moment of being with the person as they prepare whatever it is they're preparing. Now, granted, tonight, it's a little fancy, a little bit, but still, the idea is that in this moment, it's me and you.
It's us.
It's us. It's, you know, if you're not a cook and your partner is, it's about you testing and tasting and letting them know what you think of it in the moment. Or if you are the cook, it's about you
testing and tasting. Oh. Testing
just like that. That's what I'm saying, right?
Testing and tasting.
But that's the whole point. It's the interaction between you and that person in the kitchen with you. And it brings you together. It creates this deeper bond, a connection that transfers into your truly sexual, intimate moments. It could be something as simple as a grilled cheese. But if the two of you are standing here together enjoying that grilled cheese, it's more than just a grilled cheese sandwich. Especially if you take the time to eat it off the same plate. And, you know, it's again, this moment of standing here next to Chef as he prepares the meal, or standing next to Perisha as she prepares the cocktail, and asking, you know, why are you doing this? What are we doing here? It's that bonding moment. You know, if you think about it, I was talking to my eyelash tech, Taylor, from Hot Lashes, and I was explaining to her that if you think about it, this is no different than when you're having family dinner. I don't know how many of you have sat around the dinner table where the entire family comes together and you sit and you talk about your day. You know, what did you learn in school?
Yeah.
And you know, I made a new friend, and I scored the winning point in the basketball game. And it's that moment where everybody kind of reconnects and reinforces that relationship. So this is kind of based on that same premise, except we're doing this now intentionally to build that intimate connection. Because this isn't necessarily specifically about, you know, laying somebody across the counter and slathering them with food. Although you can do that.
Definitely can do that.
You can do that. But it's about taking the time to disconnect from your phone, disconnect from your iPad, your laptop, the TV, whatever the case may be, and truly making eye-to-eye contact, shoulder to shoulder, and getting to know this person in moments where there's no other distraction.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
Because we, as a culture right now, we are more. A damn cell phone is something serious.
Exactly. I mean, I've been at a table of 10 people, and all 10 people were on their phone.
That cell phone is something serious.
You know? So this is an opportunity to kind of pull back from all of that. And I'm not saying you have to do it every night. I'm not even saying you got to do it once a week. But you definitely should take the time to do that. You should commit to shutting off your electronics and just get together with your partner. And again, it ain't gotta be fancy. Ain't gotta be fancy. Y'all can share a salad. You could.
Fellas, you need to do that. Trust me. Turn that damn cell phone off and talk to that girl. Talk to that lady.
But wait, we just as bad.
Well, listen, you know you bad. Yeah, you know you bad. So, yeah.
Apparently he's talking to you.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
And you know who you are.
All y'all females out there.
Oh, wait. Oh, whoa.
So, we have this salmon right here. We have a 6-ounce salmon. And it's a salmon fillet that we got from that place.
Starts with a P.
Yeah. So what I did was I was rinsing the salmon off, and you just want to make sure that there's no little white little bones, really fine little pin bones that are in there. So just go through and just make sure that there's no pin bones in there. And just, you know, the salmon is fresh, so you just want to.
I picked it up this afternoon fresh.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact,
it's fresh.
I went this morning to buy the salmon. They had no salmon. So even the store just got it today. I picked it up this afternoon. It's that kind of fresh.
That's what I'm talking about. So we have simple ingredients once again. So we have lemon pepper, garlic salt, and we also have a little bit of crushed red pepper, a little bit of heat. And then we have some black pepper. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, we got the mixologist next to me. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
So we're just going to season this up a little bit. And I've already preheated the pan. So when we put that in there, we can sear it. Now, what is searing? You know what searing is?
I got a good idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
Give the chef. You know.
No.
With the definition.
This is true. I'm not going to give the actual definition, but I just want to know, what do you think searing is?
What I think searing is, I'm guessing it's just a skillet. You put just a tad bit of oil in there. You pop your whatever it is you're cooking in there, and maybe cook it a few minutes on, I guess each side.
That's it.
That's it. I got it right.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Boom. That's it. So all you want to do is put a little bit of oil in the bottom of your pan, and I'm going to show you how much oil I put in there. You're going to put a little bit of oil in your bottom of your pan, preferably olive oil or canola oil, and put that in the bottom of your pan. Just a little bit. You don't want to fry it because frying, you're going to put half, it's going to be halfway full with oil or submerge it and what have you. And you're just going to, the oil is going to be nice and hot. You're going to put that salmon in there. You're going to hear that. That's me. You do.
Sound effects.
Almost, yeah.
Oh, look at that. How many chefs got their own sound effects?
Listen, let me tell you something. I'm trying to tell you. So these are the ingredients right here. This is all that we're using right here. Okay. It's nothing out of the ordinary, nothing super hard and what have you. So I have olive oil. I have a hot pan. So all I'm doing is taking my olive oil and I am just basically putting, I don't know, we're talking roughly about 1/3 of a cup maybe of olive oil in there. And when I say it just basically covers the bottom of the pan, that's it. And you can tell that it's hot because it's smoking. And it's smoking. Can you see this? Can you see the smoke? So now we're going to take our salmon.
Come on, sound effects. Come on.
Can you hear that? That's it. That's how we doing that. And you want to put it down in the pan, but you want to, when you put it in the oil, put it away from you, just in case it splashes a little bit. It's not going to splash upon you. So over here, we have our rice that's cooking. The rice is boiling. Rice is going to be done momentarily. And my whole point and premise is just trying to make sure that everything is done and comes out roughly at the same time. So we have the salmon on. The salmon is going to cook probably about 3 minutes, 4 minutes max each side. And once I flip that, you're going to see exactly how that looks. And then I'm heating up my pan here for my spinach. Now, spinach is one of my favorite vegetables. What's your favorite vegetable?
About the same. I'm
Spinach?
borderline spinach asparagus.
Spinach. I love
asparagus.
Asparagus has to be probably my second. Some grilled asparagus, or some asparagus wrapped in some bacon.
I want to see you killed it with the bacon.
You can do turkey bacon.
Everything
is good with bacon. Yeah. I make a bread pudding with bacon.
Have you had ice cream with bacon in it?
No, I've not ice cream.
Okay, see, that's about the...
That's foolishness, right? Who was having ice cream with bacon?
That's some Southern Belle charm, honey. Well, we put the bacon in our ice cream.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking this onion and I'm just peeling the onion, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some little slices for the onion, and that's going to go inside of the spinach. And as you can tell, you clean as you go. Why? So later on, you don't have to clean up later. Because somebody ain't going to clean up later. Either he ain't going to clean or you ain't going to clean. So you clean as you go, and you be good. Does that smell okay?
No, yes.
Okay, I saw you back there. I just wanted to make sure it was cool. So all I did with these onions right here, I just gave them a nice little quick slice. It was quick. I know you were kind of saying, I can't see because the cognac bottle is in the way. It's true, but it's all right.
Spread them, honey. Spread it.
So we have the onions, and they're sliced, little rough slice. Oh, that fish is good. And then we have just a bag of. You don't have to go out to the garden.
I ain't got no garden.
You ain't got to pick it yourself.
I ain't picking nothing.
You can get it from that place.
Except for that bag.
But if you want to go ahead and pick and chuck and jive, honey, you go ahead and pick and chuck and jive.
So what's your favorite vegetable, Kay?
I'm actually a huge fan of spinach.
Spinach.
I also love a Brussels sprout.
Okay.
Baby cabbage.
Come on,
I love a Brussels sprout.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Have you had fried Brussels sprouts?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, real Brussels sprouts.
No. I will saute my Brussels sprouts.
Okay, see. I feel you, but I said the same thing.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not good because I don't know much of what is fried that ain't good. But I'm just saying, from a health perspective, I'm going to saute my Brussels sprouts. You know, I had a conversation with a woman in one of them other stores that starts with a K. And
one of them, just, one of them.
And she mentioned, deep fried
Oh.
Brussels sprouts. I'm like,
Deep fried.
That's right.
In America, we fry everything.
I'm like, see, somehow you've lost the value of the vegetable when you start deep frying it.
When you touch it and it just.
What I'm doing now is I'm going to flip this over, and as I'm flipping it, like I don't know if you can really see it, but so how about I do like it has a nice crisp on the end of it. So this is how it's going to look. Can you see that right there? This is how it's going to look once you flip it over. It's going to have a nice caramelization. So we have the salmon on. Now we're going to take a little bit of olive oil. We're going to put inside of our other skillet. And the skillet is already on. Now the broccoli is, the spinach is going to cook rather quickly. When I say rather quickly, we have some garlic. So if it's just you and that person, garlic, onions, it's just y'all two. You know, you don't have to worry about nobody else coming in. We have some butter that we're going to put in there also. Our rice is just about ready. I want to give this a quick little stir for our rice. I'm going to turn her down just a little bit. Turn her down that way. And I like to taste as I go just to make sure that everything is cooking the way it's supposed to. So, you guys have never seen rice cook this quickly before, have you? So I'm just going to add probably another quarter cup of water in here. And then I'm going to turn it off. It's been cooking now for, I don't know, about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to turn it off and let her steam. Fluffy. It's not going to be stuck to the bottom of the pan. You're not going to be doing all this to get it out and everything. It's going to be nice and right. So now we have our oil that's nice and hot. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add our onions. And we're going to add our onions. We're going to let this simmer just a little bit. And then we're going to add our spinach. And our spinach is going to wilt rather quickly. Then I'm going to season her up with a little bit of salt and pepper. Not too much seasoning because we have the onions in there, we have the garlic. You guys got any questions for me? Do you guys understand what I'm doing right now? And this is like the really good salt, so you don't have to use a lot of it. What kind of salt is this? Sea salt.
So, Perisha,
Yes, baby.
as he's breaking it all down for me,
Breaking it all down.
what's going on in your station?
Okay, so what's going on in my station is my glasses are already garnished. They're already iced. Only thing that they're waiting on is the liquor. So, it's already in here. It's already shaken up. All the ingredients is ready to go. It's ready to be poured. Okay? Ready to be poured. Okay, so, you ready? All right. And we're just going to get like a nice, even little, it's enough for everybody, it's enough for everybody. Just go ahead and, there you go. Now, this kind of tastes like sex on a Saturday morning. Just a little something.
Sex on a Saturday morning.
You worked all week, you're tired, you're rolling over, you're smelling the morning breath, but you're not bothered by it. But this doesn't smell like morning breath. It actually smells like really good stuff.
That actually looks quite delicious.
It's cute, honey. It's just cute. They're cute, man. They're cute. Got your raspberry garnish to complement your raspberry liqueur. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is go ahead and pop some basil in that, baby.
Why basil?
Because it gives you like that earthy, just that, just a nice little feel. I can't really, it's basil, you know? Can't really explain it to you, but it's, you want a little dab of basil when you drink, you know?
And any particular reason you slapping the basil? Did it do something to offend you?
Didn't I tell you?
Or is that just your kink? I don't, you know.
I do have a thing for slapping vegetables or leaves, or you know, whatever. But no. It's this brings out like a kind of like mint does. You know, you pop it a little bit, brings out like this little notes, little hints of.
Kind of releases the oils and flavors a little bit. Okay, I understand that. All right, so Chef Moore.
Yes, ma'am.
T.
Yes.
Chef T.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your cooking history. From what I read in your bio, you've been cooking since 1992. However, I noticed you were cooking for the Navy for a while.
Yes. So I've been cooking since 1992. I started off in the Navy, and I was in college, and what I did, I apologize well in advance for anybody that might take this the wrong way. I just wanted to do something to get the GI Bill to go back to school. And I just wanted to do something that I thought was rather simple and easy so I can get that GI Bill and go back to school and finish getting my degree. And when I joined the Navy, I was like, yo, I'll cook. I seen Mom cook. You know, I seen Grandma cook. My dad makes these smothered pork chops like all the time, and he thinks that's fantabulistic, but it's just smothered pork chops. But that's his go-to meal. But so I went in and I started cooking, and I actually fell in love with it. And we were cooking for like 5,000 people, like 4 times a day. And I fell in love with it. So once I finished and I got my GI Bill, I went back to college and got my degree. But then I also went to culinary school, and then I got my degree in culinary arts.
Nice.
Because I really had a real passion for cooking.
Oh, black man.
And yeah, so that was in 1992, and I met some really fantabulistic, and I love that word. I know it's not a word, so don't say, why does this guy keep saying fantabulistic, but that's my word. So from there, you know, I just went on into the culinary field, and I've been working for different restaurants and different hotels around the city here in Atlanta. I'm from Jersey. I've been working in Jersey at different hotels and restaurants. And then for the last 10 years or so, I've been doing my own thing as a personal chef to a lot of different celebrities, athletes here in the city and abroad, and just cooking and healthy meals and taking those collard greens that your mama would make with the fat back and everything. And I replaced the fat back with some
ham hock,
with some turkey
leg.
And instead of like cooking them all day, I'll saute them down so they got like a little bit of a crunch to it. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking healthy now.
These ingredients from New York, y'all.
So I want to give a quick shout out to Chef Ricky, who introduced me.
Rick, that's my dude right there.
Chef T. Chef Ricky and I met in one of my favorite places in Atlanta.
Yeah, the airport.
Where's that, you might ask? The Longhorns in the airport in Atlanta, Terminal C. That's like my spot. Terminal C.
Not A.
No, C.
Not B.
C. This is where I literally come to the airport early so I can go to Longhorns and hang out. They've got this amazing area, just a bar that looks back out into the terminal.
Nice.
I love sitting there, just watching people walk by. And what's great about that spot is usually where people who are by themselves sit.
Okay. Right.
So I just happened to meet Chef Ricky, who was reading a book. I don't know what he was reading. I don't remember what he was reading.
Chef Rick, you read, man?
Anyway, we got to chatting, and he was telling me that he was a chef, and of course I write erotica, so I was like, so let's talk about food and the sexiness of food. And he started sharing with me some interesting moments in culinary
Okay.
Right,
arts.
what was you talking about? You wasn't telling us secrets.
No, he ain't telling no secrets.
All right.
However, he did talk about just, people's reactions to really good food.
Yes.
And how it can create a moment. Again, the intimacy of food. So, so when I knew I was going to do this, I'm like, I'm going to just reach out to somebody who does this and see what he can do for me. Okay. And then he gives me this one.
He just gave me just go ahead. Stop. We're joking. We're all
Rick, good job, Rick. Appreciate you.
No, but yeah, no, it's been pretty cool kind of building this up.
So good.
This is an experience. I mean, you usually see me solo with my little setup. And tonight you're seeing me here with people, and you're seeing me more transparent and all the little goof ups as the night has gone on. So this is probably my least productive production.
Okay.
In terms of, well, no, I take that back. Because you and I just met, so you don't know. I didn't always have this good lighting that has made it onto the camera a few times. Okay. And there have been times where my lighting died in the middle of the show.
No. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Wait, listen. Hold up. Wait, I'm coming back.
No, because it was a rechargeable type thing. So when it died, it died. Oh, no. And as they say, the show must go on. And so the show would go on, and I'd pretend like it never even happened. Then afterwards, I'd be like, yeah. So tonight,
it's okay.
You're here with me and all my flub ups, but we're here about to have some yummy cocktails, about to have some delicious food, and it will be so worth it in the end. Because I promise you, the next time it's going to be so much more put together. Oh, speaking of which, before I forget, so next week I will be reading another story. I apologize, I just forgot what the name of that story was. However, on April 25th, I will be having Marla Stewart, who is a local sexologist here in the Atlanta area. She's actually internationally known. She has even done a little cameo appearance on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Nice.
I believe she was in a Tokyo Valentino. As a matter of fact, if you are a fan of Love and Hip Hop, it was the episode where Mama D took her husband. No? Okay.
No.
All right. I know some of y'all know. It was the episode where Mama D took her husband to the sex toy store, and they were being helped by this woman with a low cut hair. That was Marla. Marla is absolutely amazing. She is the co-founder of a convention or a workshop called Sex Down South, which will be here in Atlanta in September. It's the first weekend of September. She's also part of the Sisters of Sensuality. And she's got this amazing website called Velvet Lips LLC. So Marla Stewart on the 25th of April. Don't miss it. And I have another special guest that same night. Who could it possibly be? Dare I say, Perisha, the Mistress of Mixology. I'm bringing her back to...
Coming back, people.
I'm bringing her back to kind of keep us hydrated with some delicious cocktails. I'm building her up to be the star of her own episode of Casey at Night.
So honored.
Because I really love what she does. She made these drinks, again, based on what we're having as a meal, but also knowing that I'm a fan of vodka. And so the meals are kind of, the beverages were kind of centered around that. I've already told her that we're going to do some stuff summer-oriented. I've given her a big project that I'm not going to tell you guys about just yet. But it is a big project, and I'm excited about this project. So am I. It looks like Chef Moore might be ready.
All right.
No, hold on.
No. Okay, my bad.
Because I want them to see this
You
for
want them
real,
to
for
see
real.
it.
So
Yes.
beautiful.
So, Chef,
Gorgeous.
Yes, ma'am.
I need you to hold that plate for me. Step to your left, love. And we're going to zoom in.
Step to the right, swing around.
Okay, we're not line dancing. That is absolutely beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Like that?
That's absolutely
35 minutes. Told you it's quick.
And you know what? He's right about that. Absolutely right.
So that's the first one. And second one, same thing. Less is more. You can put a little lemon wedge on top. You can garnish it up. But that's it right there. There we go. And for our dessert, we're going to get our dessert. We're going to get that going. Real simple like, real easy like, real quick like.
In a jiffy.
In a jiffy.
In a jiffy.
Spiffy in a jiffy. So this right here, I tell you, let me tell you something. Yeah. Okay, so what we have for the two, we're going to keep it classy, we're going to keep it sexy. We got the wine glasses. We're going to get a spoon. And then we're going to dip. Yeah, baby, dip. Come on now. So, hey, you smell that?
I do smell that.
Oh,
It smells
Jesus.
good.
Okay, so we're going to put a little bit in the bottom. A little bit in the bottom of your glass. And since this is for the two of you, I'm going to put a little bit of whipped cream in there also. Now, a lot of you might be asking, why do you have so much whipped cream left over? Okay.
Yeah, you know what to do with it.
Yeah, okay. Put that in there like this. Uh-oh. Gonna rinse this off just a tad bit. Now this isn't like any other cooking show that you've seen before, how they do all the little trickery and they'll put, you know, spoon or something here and they'll come down below, or you'll see a hand come up and then they'll give you another spoon or what have you. No, this is how y'all do in the kitchen. This is exactly how you do in the kitchen.
Ooh, did you
That
see
is
that
so
juice?
Beautiful.
Oh my God.
Come on, juice. Yes.
Wait, y'all got to see that juice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Gorgeous.
Oh my goodness. Lord to Jesus.
And a little bit more whipped cream just on top.
Oh my goodness, though.
Beautiful.
That's ridiculous.
Come on, Chef Timo.
We're not done.
We not done?
Okay.
Oh, no,
How we not done?
Because you're moving stuff. That's why we're not done. So now we're going to take a little bit of, just a little bit up top here. Just a little bit. Like that, right there. We're going to
Some strawberries.
take a little strawberry or two. We're going to put that like that.
Beautiful.
We're
Beautiful.
going to put that like that. Yo, I love creating, right? Watch this. See that? Watch this.
What's he about to do?
Ain't no telling, but
Ooh.
what's going on?
So when you work with a mixologist,
Okay.
they
Okay.
have so many different things for you. And I just love just to make things look a little different.
Come on, a little different. Nothing wrong with it, a little different.
A little different. So we're going to take that.
Beautiful.
We're going to take that. We're going to put that up in there like that.
Little blue.
We're going to put that right there like that.
Come on. Forgot I was in Georgia for a second.
This is what I'm saying. This is Chef T Moore.
Okay.
You can follow me anywhere. ChefTMoore.com. Follow me on Facebook. I think it's like Chef Tony Moore because it's really crazy. My fan page is Chef T Moore on Facebook. Instagram is at Chef T Moore. Listen, this is it. This is what we did. We got a dinner for two. We have pan-seared salmon. We have the rice pilaf. We have the sautéed spinach. I'm sorry. We have the berries and cream right here for your dessert for two. And we have these drinks.
We
now,
do.
we
do.
Y'all was making the drinks, and I missed it. What's the drinks again?
So we named it Perisha's Passion.
Perisha's Passion.
There you
Okay.
go. Can't just get this anywhere, okay?
Okay.
All right.
You gotta get it from you because your
Special,
name is.
There
Perisha.
you go. There you
I
go.
got
You
you.
see
See
how
what I'm
it makes
saying?
sense. You see. So basically, it is a shot of whatever vodka you prefer.
Got that goose.
You know, a little goose, a little lame.
Blame it on the goose.
Hey.
Got you feeling loose.
Okay.
But yeah, it is half a shot of Simply Peach juice, half a shot of mango nectar, and it is half a shot of Chambord. So you have a nice balance, you have a nice little mix, and shake that baby up. Pour it in a glass, get you some ice, get you, however you want to garnish it. Basil is definitely a nice touch. The longer you let that basil sit in there, just the more botanical, the more earthy, the more lovely that taste is gonna be on your tongue.
So, Perisha and I are going to sample this plate right here.
Okay.
Let's do
Be
it.
careful. Y'all be careful. While y'all sample that, I'm going to sample.
You're going to sample what? What you sampling? Right there. Take the cocktail.
I'm going to sample this. While y'all sample that.
Right, all right. That is for you.
So once again, as I mentioned, this is what I expect you to do. Chef T here made us 2 plates for us because it's the 2 of us. However, I prefer you put it on 1 plate and you stand here at the counter like this.
Like this.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And you dig in.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Hold on. We'll try everything together. See
Yeah,
what's
you
going
gotta try it all
on.
together.
You know.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I wish.
That is really good.
I know you over here thumping your chest and popping your collar. Oh my God.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Oh my God. For real though.
Hats off, man. Hats off.
I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Here, taste it off my fork.
That's what's up.
Tastes even better.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
This is amazing.
Hold on, wait. You gotta drink the cocktail with it. Honey. Hold on, wait.
Okay, yeah.
Pass me.
No, that's for photos.
Oh, you're right.
Here.
You're right. Oh, so he jacked.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like I haven't eaten all day.
That's what it'll do to you.
Come on.
That's
Come
what
on,
I'm saying.
pairings.
You's
Yes.
a bad bitch, girl.
You know.
I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
you know, shit.
All right. From now.
Hold on, wait. Give me like one more. Hold on. Wait. Just a little bit.
Okay, hold on while you get your one more.
Okay, one more.
I'm gonna get a spoon. Okay, y'all need to know. Chuck T's over here, talking to himself about how good his food is.
I did that. Damn it, I did that.
Okay. For you.
Thank you, darling.
Be careful.
That was good.
That's dangerous.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. Yes. Yes, don't it make you feel good? Make you feel good on the
Okay,
inside.
Allie.
Make
Okay,
you
Allie.
feel
All right,
good.
y'all. Okay, so this has been the first episode of Casey at Night, the intimacy of food. We about to just kind of throw down on this. By the end of this week, I'm gonna have, oh my God, I'm gonna have the recipes posted up. We're gonna have pictures of what it should look like. I'm sorry. All the contact information for my amazing guest, Chef Timor. Step in.
Oh, that's so good.
Right? Chef Timor, Perisha, the mistress of Mixology, and me, Casey Carter. And as I say each and every week, I love you like a fat kid loves cake. Bye.
Bye, y'all. See y'all next time.